How's it going, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Wimbledon Career Mode series, and this will be the 87th episode of the series, and it will be Season 6 Episode 2 as well. Before we do get into anything, I just want to thank you guys for all the support you gave on the last episode. We managed to get over 70 likes on the last episode, which does mean that we will be doing another season of this career mode. If you did miss the last episode, I do recommend you go back and watch it because we had a really big decision to make, and that was whether you guys think we should get a financial takeover for the final season of this career mode. And the main reason we want to get a financial takeover is to try and get Lionel Messi into the club. I know there's going to be a lot of you that are completely against this, and I do understand completely. If this is something you are against and you feel like I shouldn't be doing this, then just know that this is the final season. We want to try and have a bit of fun because FIFA 17 isn't too far around the corner. But I will be going for the financial takeover, and to those people that are against it, I do apologise once again, but we're going to be going for this, and we want to try and have a bit of fun in this final season. From what I gathered in the comments section down below of the last video, it's a majority vote that a lot of you guys did want me to get the financial takeover. I know we've got a lot of money right now in the budget, but what I do plan on doing is ploughing most of this money that we've got from the financial takeover into the deal for Messi. And if we can't sign him whatsoever, and it's impossible to do so, I will find a way to get rid of the money that we've gained from this financial takeover. If we manage to pull this deal off, I'm going to be pretty damn surprised because I've got a feeling Messi can only go to a certain few clubs in career mode. I really highly doubt he's going to accept the contract, even if we get a transfer offer accepted from Barcelona. Don't forget as well, we're also going to try and go in for Will Davis as well. We want to try and get a good quality right back into the club because currently we are lacking in that position. Just pretend that 100 million isn't there. We're going to be spending pretty much all of our budget that we had initially on this guy. We're going to be spending about 30 million, I reckon, trying to sign him. But I will try and get him for a little bit less than that if it's possible. And I'm going to go ahead and offer 23 million plus Dominic Iorfa. Although it may say that we signed WRLD for free on a pre-contract deal, that certainly isn't the case because for some reason he went to Atletico Madrid. If you watched the last episode, you would know that. He ended up moving to Atletico Madrid instead. I don't know how, I really don't, because we signed him on a pre-contract, so that means he should be coming to us. I'm going to go ahead and offer 13 million plus Tommy Hoban, but considering he's 28 years old, I don't really want to go too much higher than this. But we do have our first contract offer accepted, and this was an ongoing deal from the last episode. Daniel Bentley has accepted our contract, so he will be moving from Levante to us for £7 million, and I think that's a very, very good deal for what's going to be a very good backup goalkeeper. Once again, in the process of signing Daniel Bentley, we have shipped out Roy Silva, which is a bit sad, you know, because we brought him back to the club and now we've sold him again back to a Spanish team, but we've brought in Daniel Bentley in his place. And I have to say, he won't be playing too many games because Joe Sears is one of the best keepers I've used on this game, but he still looks like a fantastic backup goalkeeper to have, only 26 years old, and I reckon he's still got room to grow this season, maybe up to an 80 overall. And we also have an offer for Dominic Solanke, but again, he is a very crucial player for us. He's our first choice striker, and at the age of 22, he's still got a long way to grow. Strangely enough, Barcelona are being a bit stubborn with the deal for Messi. They say they want £89 million, which is fine because we've got the money to plough into this deal. It seems a bit steep what they're asking us to pay, but I will go as high as 73 million plus Hector Villalba. And let's just hope that Barcelona please just accept this. I want to see if this deal is possible. It is good to see that Aston Villa have finally given up on the negotiations. They've finally accepted our deal for Will Davis, 23 million plus Dominic Iorfa. And once again, I will offer this guy a contract, a 5-year deal, 60 grand a week. And he will be a crucial first team player, so I will give him that. Atalanta have offered 4.4 million, which is under Pacini's valuation, but he really hasn't grown over the past 2 seasons. He's been really a peripheral figure, and I think I will just go ahead and accept this deal because I want to get him off the books, and it's the same with a lot of players. I just want to ship them off because they're not needed anymore. A transfer offer as well for Strandberg, but he won't be a player that's leaving the club this season. He's 80 overall at the age of 20, which is ridiculous. and he is going to be a very crucial player for us this season. Finally, we do have a transfer offer accepted for Lionel Messi, which is great to see. 73 million though, plus Hector Villalba, so he is going to be pricey if we can sign him. 73 million plus Hector Villalba is a lot of money to be paying, but I will go ahead and give him a 300 grand a week contract, a 1-year deal, and crucial first team player. I do know all the tricks and trades in how to sign Messi every single time on career mode. The only issue is, I've always done it with big teams. I've never tried it with the smaller team, and I'm just wondering if he can only go to certain teams in career mode. More importantly though, we do have a contract offer accepted for Will Davis, and we will go ahead and bring him into the club. 23 million plus Dominic Iorfa. It's a bit of a pricey transfer, but I believe he's going to be a good player for us, and we will go ahead and bring him into the club. And Massimo Piccini has officially signed for Atalanta for 4.4 million. It is sad to see him go because I believe he was our first Scout Future star actually. But we're going to have to let him go because we've got too many players on the books. And I just feel like it's time for him to move on because he hasn't really developed in the past couple of seasons. This team is starting to look very tasty, I'm not going to lie. This is how our lineup is going to look for the first game of the season, and it will be a pre-season friendly. I am going with quite a strong lineup for this first pre-season game, but I'm giving a couple of players their debuts. But I will be giving players such as Will Davis at right back and also Daniel Bentley in goal their debuts. And we'll have to wait and see how they do in this game as we go ahead and skip. We end up winning 2-1. They missed a penalty in the first minute, but it doesn't matter in the end because we end up winning thanks to Solanke and also Drogba's regen getting on the score sheet. Before we go any further, I thought I would show you some of the players that I am looking to sell in this transfer window. I'm only going to be selling one youth player permanently if I can do, and that's Reece Asai Samuel. He's not going to be getting any first team action, and he's just taking up a squad space. We've also got Tommy Hoban, who really isn't a very good centre-back whatsoever. I will try and shift him on this season if I can. Matty Grimes, an absolute legend of this career mode, but I wouldn't be against selling him if we do get the right transfer offer through. Clark is another one of those players that, although could have a good future, he doesn't have potential. I've been training him a lot, but he's just not really that great. We also have a bit of a surprising one here, being James Maddison. I'm really not impressed by this guy. Last season, he really wasn't that great for me. He just seems to get lost in games, and the way that I play, he just doesn't suit my play style. The same goes for Ayama. He's another legend of this career mode, but if I can sell him, I wouldn't be against doing so because I think we need to sort of thin out the squad a bit more. Right, this is good news. Lionel Messi may have declined his contract, but the important thing about this is the message that he's left in the email. So that means that we have a possibility of signing him. It's not impossible, and I think we can make this deal happen. I think it's just about persistence, not necessarily money, because in the past when I've signed Messi for other clubs, that's just all it's been about. It's not been about money. It's just been about constantly offering him contract offers until he finally accepts it. We do now have the second pre-season game against Malaga in the pre-season tournament. They've already lost to Stade Rennais, and let's hope that we can get a win. Even though it's away from home, we end up winning 2-0, and it's Yukonen again getting another goal in pre-season. And we do now have another player training session, and we do see Adam Armstrong going up to a 77 from that session. We do now have a game against Stade Rennais, the final game in the pre-season tournament. Even if we don't win this game, it's not going to matter too much because we are going through to the next round regardless. And we do end up winning 3-1, coming back from behind and scoring 3 goals in good fashion there. Hopefully Lionel Messi does accept a contract in the coming days. It's getting a little bit nervy at the moment, and he still says he loves his current club and he doesn't want to leave. So again, we will just offer him another contract. We'll offer him the same amount, because this is not about money. It's about the fact that he's pledging loyalty to Barcelona. So again, we'll offer him a 1-year deal, crucial first team player, and eventually he will go ahead and accept it. We do have a transfer offer for Jake Dunk though, and it is going to be a 1-year loan deal from Warsaw, and I will go ahead and accept this one, and Jake Dunk will go out on loan for the rest of the year. And this is now the semi-finals of the pre-season tournament. They've won their last 2 games, I do believe, so we're hopefully going to get a win from this game, and we do end up winning 3-1 again. but we do get another red card, which is a bit disappointing. Contra offer declined once again from Lionel Messi, but it's going to happen. I'm confident that we can get this deal over the line. We do now have the pre-season tournament final though against Zenit, and hopefully we can get a win in this game. We are playing at home, and I do expect us to beat Zenit here. They do have good players though in their side still, like Hulk and Witsel. But we do go ahead and win this game 2-0, which is good to see. And once again, Adam Armstrong getting another goal in pre-season. And he just seems to be scoring in so many games that we end up simming. We do have a youth squad monthly report though, and we will take a little look at this one and see if there's any players worth promoting. Ryan Reid is looking like a very, very good youth player, I do have to admit. I believe he is a centre-back, and I will go ahead and offer him a contract because I think he could be a good player for us this season. He may only be a player that we use in cup competitions, but 62 overall and that good enough potential, I think we can train him into something good. And we will also have a cheeky little squad report as well, taking a little look at some of the players that have grown for this month. As I said earlier, Jack Wolford is up to a 79 overall now, and I don't think I will sell him to Arsenal for a cheap price if they're going to continue to go for him. Finally, we do see Aaron Platt has all dark green physical stats, which is awesome to see. He has to be one of the best youth players I've ever had. Physically, this guy is an absolute monster, and I think he will be a very, very good player for us this season. We also have Mark McLeod going up to a 69 overall, and again, he's a player that's going to be quite good for us this season as a sporadic player. Joe Roberts, only 16 years old and already at a 71 overall. I do know that I've screwed his physical growth, but it doesn't really matter too much. He's already got good enough physicals in my opinion, and I may actually potential glitch him because I think he could grow faster that way. A City is up to an 80 overall now, which means that we've only got a couple of positions left until we have a full 80 squad. I pray to God that we can sign Lionel Messi before this game, but I don't see it happening, and again, he has declined his contract, so we just got to keep offering him deals and hope that he does eventually accept it. We will have the first and only game now though of the episode, and this will be against Man City in the Community Shield final. And this will be the team that we're going with for the game against Manchester City. It's quite a strong lineup with pretty much all of our first team players ready for this game. We have Will Davis making his competitive debut for us, which will be interesting. Hopefully he does have a good game in this one. We also have Draxler starting in the cam position. We have Yakonen on the left, Villalba on the right. Hopefully soon to be Messi replaced in that position. I will be interested to take a little look at Man City's lineup for this game. They've interestingly got Joe Hart on the bench along with Diego Godin, but they have some dangerous players in that lineup with Kevin De Bruyne, Edison Cavani, and they also have Denayer at the back, who is a player that I was looking at a few seasons ago. He is a very, very good talent. And we are obviously going with our strongest lineup for this game. Hopefully that will be enough for us to get the win. Oh my God, how has Jesus Navas missed that shot? He literally hit the post and he could have put the ball anywhere else and he would have scored for sure. That's a really poor miss by him. And it should fall here for Yakonen if he wins it back, and he does. Good work there. Now it's into Obita again. We'll run forward with this one and play it here to a City. Going for a shot and it's off the bar. And we can't quite get there from the rebound, but we do end up getting it with Villalba. And we do end up scoring the first goal of the game here after 21 minutes. I have to say we've gotten very lucky to score that because Man City hit the bar earlier on in the game. They didn't get a rebound like we did, but we got lucky this time round. Interestingly enough, I just remembered that in our Regen Career Mode, we ended up playing Man City in the Community Shield final. And now we're playing them again in this Career Mode. And hopefully we can do the same as we did in that game and get a win in this one. I'm still worried that Man City are going to score eventually because they have been knocking on the door. And it's going to be Sterling with the shot and a good snapshot, but just wide of the post. Edinson Cavani getting the cross into the middle. De Bruyne was there, so was Sterling, but we win it back. And now Draxler with a good bit of play there, trying to avoid Delph. And we'll play this one inside, here to Yakonen. And again, see if we can play it out wide. Good ball. Up here to Villalba. Cutting inside with the trademark move, and inside here to Yakonen, who does get taken down in the box, and that's going to be a penalty. Mangala with a really, really clumsy challenge, just like in the other game in the Regen Career Mode. And now we do have a penalty, and we're going to give this one to Solanke, I think. Can our number 9 make it 2-0 in this game and make it hard for Man City to come back into this one? Yes, he can. And Solanke does get his season underway with a good penalty there. And that does mean it's 2-0 within 10 minutes. And that should be game over if we can hold on to this lead. Oh, that's a poor challenge and an unnecessary challenge by me there. Hopefully that's only a yellow card. Please don't give a red, ref. It's a red. Wow. Am I just trying to screw myself over or what? That is just so unnecessary. Literally on the stroke of half time, I get a City sent off. And look at that. There's just no need for that. I was trying to win the ball back. And in the process, I get myself sent off so unnecessarily. I'm not going to be taking anyone off at half time. And instead, I'm going to drop Draxler a little bit deeper down into the centre mid position. Now Zabaleta on the ball, trying to get past one of our defenders and cross it into the middle. And a great save there by Sears from Cavani. Oh, wow. Did you really have to make that dramatic, Sears? You could have just saved it normally, but instead, you waited till right to the last second to save it. And there we have it. We end up winning the Community Shield final 2-0 with 2 first half goals. And I'm very, very impressed with the way that we played in this game. We definitely deserved to win the Community Shield. We were miles better than Man City. And despite the fact that I got a City sent off, we are still Community Shield champions. And I think that's going to be the first bit of silverware of many to come this season. And before we end off the episode, can we get some news back from Messi? Maybe a contract offer accepted? No, doesn't look like that's going to be the case. And he hasn't accepted. So it looks like we're going to have to try and offer him some more contracts. And hope that maybe in the next episode we can sign him. But this will be the end of this episode of this career mode. And if you have enjoyed this episode, make sure you leave a like on the video and subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know in the comments down below if you want me to sign any players in particular coming up to the new season. I reckon we need a new right mid, even though we're going to try and bring Messi in. I still think we need a good backup right mid, so if you've got any suggestions, feel free to let me know in the comments down below. But apart from that, guys, I'm going to have to leave it there. And I'll see you next time for another video. Thanks for watching.